Good afternoon and welcome to Cannes-tastic 5. This is day 2, May 9th, 2018. We're at the Cannes Film Festival. I have the pleasure today of welcoming Mr. Michael Slifkin and Scott Martin of Archstone Distribution. Now, I'm going to let them tell you about their company because they've been here for about 10 years now, selling films. They're producers and distributors, and they have a film today that's coming out in the market, and we're very, very happy to have them. I don't have a lot of time with them, so we're going to get some questions out really quickly. So, Michael, thank you very much. Scott, thank you very much. Now, why is it so important to get a distributor on board your project as a producer early on to get your film recognized?
It's just a smart move all the way around. It's all about, from a business standpoint, mitigating the risk factor involved in the process, getting a distributor day one who is going to ultimately sell your film, plus you get their infrastructure and their assistance in maybe giving you some great business information relating to cast value, reading the script, vetting the talent on an ongoing basis. It's really important.
I think one of the most important things to state, because a lot of people get nervous about sales agents and distributors, is we don't want to come in and take over a project. We don't want to take over creativity, these kinds of things. What we want to do is help you mold the film into something that we can then sell and take out there and distribute successfully for you. Because there's two kinds of successes for a film, right? There's the commercial success, the financial success, and the critical success. But they're very different. So we're on this side, we are about the financial success and helping the filmmakers. So the earlier we can get involved and crafting it to be something that we can sell, distribute, make them some money on, the better.
Okay, so let's talk about the do's and the don'ts. For example, if I'm a producer and I'm coming here for the first time and I don't know anything about getting my film recognized in a market with thousands of films, and you're trying to compete and find out how is it that I'm going to get my film to the right distributor. So can you give me your pointers about the 3 do's and the 3 don'ts of what I should do as a producer when I'm approaching a distributor?
Well, first we have to distinguish between the 2 types of films being brought. A producer who's never been here before, the 2 types you're bringing. It's either a finished film or it's one that's in development, and they're different strategies. Hopefully, you're not bringing a finished film here without any representation. Hopefully, you're coming here in development because of the question we just answered before, right? So you're coming here with a project you're in development on. So some of the do's are
talk to people. Talk to a lot of people. Get as many opinions as you can.
Right. Do listen to the feedback and be open to change. Doesn't mean you have to. Doesn't mean you have to do what people are suggesting, but definitely be open to it. A lot of people aren't, surprisingly.
So you're also a company that produces its own content and gets it out there through your own channels, and the struggle you have is to also, for example, as a producer, sell to other distributors or others.
Right.
So
Right.
The challenge for you, because you know this game from a different angle, can you talk about some of the things that you've faced before, which have been helpful for you in understanding the process as a person on the other side, as a producer trying to sell to somebody else who's a distributor of content in another territory, for example, international territories?
Right. Well, you have projects that do very well internationally, and projects that are more of a domestic project that don't do as well internationally. You have to know both, and you also need to know what your audience, your target audience is. And from our standpoint, on the domestic side, you have a target audience. On the international sales side, your audience for us is actually the buyer, right? So we have to show them how they're going to make money, and you need to know that what the realistic expectation is of what kind of money you can get for this, or what they can do with it, and then set your budget accordingly. So you can set a budget ahead of time, a rough budget ahead of time, but you gotta know what the revenue potential is.
Okay, so let's
keep in mind, without creating that overshot expectations and expecting too much out of the situation, that the distributors need the content creators. So both sides need each other. They're not going to be out doing that content on a regular basis. So having filmmakers that can deliver viable content especially filmmakers that will listen to the distributors before the content's created and things like that. It's just a win-win for everybody.
And I got to give you an example that literally just happened this morning. Someone came in with a project, and it sounded like an interesting project, and I was talking to him, and he said, it's a drama. I said, okay, well, that's kind of strike one, but all right, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie, right? And he said, I'm starring in it, and I said, okay, and he said the budget's $4 million. I was like, man, I wish you the best on that. I gave him all the suggestions in the world, what he should try and do if he wants to star in a drama. Budget-wise, he's way overshooting, and at the end of the conversation, he didn't listen to a word I said.
Which is unfortunate for him down the line. Now, which brings up something very interesting for me, because you're talking about what are the genres that are most successful as a producer trying to sell to a distributor? I mean, or have a sales agent.
I mean, action is the easiest one to sell because it translates easier, right?
Well-paced is always important.
Well-paced, thrillers can work. Everyone talks about horror movies, but there's a lot of horror movies, and unfortunately, if you're not a theatrical horror movie, there's not a lot of other places you can put it. VOD isn't as strong as we'd love it to be. DVD is pretty much gone, so it's just a little more difficult. It's not horror films are not typically on TV, so people do them, a lot of them, and so there's kind of a oversaturation of that in the market.
So you're also American producers, of your own content. So I want to know, let's say you want to sell to another distributor. You have a project you want to sell to another distributor. If you and as a producer, because like I said, you know this game as a producer and a distributor, you sell to another distributor and there's a theatrical release. After that theatrical release, can you tell me what the expectation for the revenue would be on the waterfall and the time frame in which you see that?
Sure. Typically, after a P&A, you've got to pay your P&A back and all the other people.
P&A means print and advertising.
Yeah, right. So there's got to be a recoupment process for that. So sometimes you may be looking at 6 to 9 months to start realizing initial.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the size of the release, the size of the movie. There's two types of theatrical releases. There's the day and date, which means you're releasing in a few theaters the same day it's going to premium VOD. And then the theatrical is really just it's basically an advertisement for the premium VOD. And then 30 days after that, you have DVD and regular VOD. That's a day and date release. A standard release typically is a bigger release of more screens, and you have a 90-day holdback then for all DVD and VOD and everything.
Great.
So that right there will tell you that there's going to be a time difference in revenue coming back to you.
So my final question, because I know I'm taking up too much of your time already, is what is the reasonable amount somebody should expect to pay a sales agent or to take on their film? I want to know from that aspect, what a reputable one's charge.
Right.
Sure.
And, how do you know that? Because if this is my first time here and I don't know what to do and who to go to, and thankfully I find a distributor that wants to take it. What can you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So there's a few standard things. You're going to have. Obviously, we get a commission for selling it, right? You have a standard, and those depending on the movie and depending on things. I can't speak for other sales agents, so I don't know what they are doing or aren't doing. But then we will have some expenses for advertising the film, for bringing it here.
Right.
This place is not cheap. So you have those types of things, and I would highly recommend. When Michael was saying earlier about going around and talking to a bunch of people, listen to them. If they're telling you what you want to hear, you probably don't want to. you be careful. That's all I'm saying, because.
But is there a percentage that that you can say comfortably? Is there a range?
It varies.
It varies.
It varies. It depends on what we're doing for the film. What sizes, what exposure we have. It has all those different things. Yeah.
All right. And one final thing is, I want to know: have you guys ever, represented a film or gotten involved with a film that you really really loved it, but you couldn't market it and sell it?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because you personally you want to take it on. tell me about that experience. I know I'm probably going over time with this one, but it's kind of important to me because if my heart's in it, but the market doesn't, respect it financially, what is the position that you're in that situation?
Well, look, I mean, you have to be careful with that because there are films that we just love and we fall in love with, and we really want to get them out there and do it, but they're just tough sells.
And for whatever reason.
It's the wrong genre, it's the wrong this, wrong that. It may not translate from the U.S. to another country. That happens quite a bit.
Maybe the chemistry's off between the actors, and
it
you
just,
can see it.
It just,
strange things.
But if we're in love with the film, and it's still not saying we're still going to push it, but that's just the reality of it.
Okay.
We don't set what people are going to pay for it.
Got it.
We try. We try and put it in a position to set that, to do that, but we don't.
Sometimes even
we're gonna wrap it up because I want to thank you. I'm the co-chair of the International Community Producers Guild of America. I want to thank these gentlemen for taking the time out and coming and speaking with us today. Join us tomorrow, and for the next few days, every single day, we will have this segment and try to educate the masses about the film business and the Cannes Film Festival. Thank you very much for joining us. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.